The Sheep Detectives. I went into this thinking I was going to see a quaint little comedy. I didn't expect to be blown away by the emotion this simple film is packing. Hello there, namaste. So, The Sheep Detectives is a very simplistic kind of story where you have Hugh Jackman. That was the only reason I was going to see this film. He ends up croaking it early, but he always read detective mystery novels and Who's Done It to his sheep because he was a shepherd, and he ends up being murdered. And it takes the sheep to have to solve the crime because it's such a small town that only the dumbest of the dumbest officers is stationed there, and he's the only one. And I was primarily thinking this film was going to be just a comedy about how the sheep are having to help the officer figure out and solve the case when it goes far beyond that. There is so much emotion here. And when Hugh Jackman passes away, it kind of is, it tugs at your heartstrings. It tugs at your heartstrings, and you feel it because Lily, one of the sheep, is there and wanting to just cry and like puts her head in his hand as he's there, and you feel for it. But I gotta say, the sheep were hilarious. It was sad. They were relatable, and it crazy because the sheep have this capability. And there was that one when they mentioned this, I was like, I understand that. I do that all the freaking time. If there's something that's not worth remembering, just remove it and just continue on with your life. Why would you be bogged down with stressors that don't matter? So the sheep go like, all right, and at the count of three, we're going to forget this because it hurts our feelings. One, two, three. Why are we all standing here? What's going on? Let's continue. However, you feel something because there is one sheep that can't forget anything. And there's dialogue that happens about how sheep become clouds. And they turned, this is what something I found amazing in the animation of it, because they turn to the sheep. And as the sheep who remembers everything, you can tell in his eyes that he struggles with the memories of what happens to the sheep, but he's all, yes, yes, they're all clouds. The emotion that's packed in there. And that's the thing. There are so many things in this film that just are like tear jerkers that tug at the heartstrings. Even though they have massive comedic moments, it is still so sad. Like there is one scene involving Sebastian's that I had to tear up at. I absolutely had to tear up at because it is tragic, absolutely tragic. But I loved the film from start to finish. It flows so perfectly. This is one of the best detective mysteries I have watched. From Knives Out to Clue, this is by far the greatest, the absolute greatest because it's so simplistic. It's so simplistic. They seed it at the very beginning, what's happening, and then at the very end, it's like, oh, and we should have seen this coming. We should have seen this coming because I love it. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. Take your kids. If you're an adult, you can still get something out of it. This is one of those films that's absolutely perfect for everyone, for absolutely everyone. Because even though if you have the capability to forget things, you shouldn't always forget things. There are morals here. There are values here. It's just like if you choose to forget people, who's going to remember them? They're going to fade off in the ether like in Coco. I love this film. There's so much there that just gets you, that absolutely gets you. Like there's a massive story going on. Like there's stories within stories within stories in this film. It's just amazing. Like you're dealing with the mystery, you're dealing with like winter sheep, you're dealing with so many layers that seed everything throughout. The feeling of belonging, the feeling of home, the feeling of family, what it means to what is true value, what is true worth in life. That is what I gotta say I absolutely love because so many people get bogged down with like the chasing of finances and things like that when we all you need is to find something that you love in life and commit to it. That's what this film is about. You found something that you loved in life and you committed to it. All this drama, the murder and everything happens. Why? Because people want something that doesn't belong to them. People wanted more. They didn't have anything that they truly loved in life. Great film. Highly recommend. definitely one of the best films I have seen thus far in 2026. I mean, there's probably 5 up there that I've seen so far that I've absolutely loved this year, but out of all the movies I see, I mean, at the same time, it's pretty good to be up there. I highly recommend this film. I highly recommend going to theaters to see it. We need to promote things like this because we need more things like this. We need more things that send out a positive kind of mindset for not only kids but adults to see and be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should just find something I'm passionate about and commit to that. Maybe I should. Thank you all for watching. I highly recommend this film. Like I've said multiple times, the highs, the lows, it's absolutely perfect for everyone. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.
You guys got a video? Why is it so bad?
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Where's that?